Let's see. Can I get you over here without you just getting killed? We'll see. I guess you just go back here. What to do?
Unit lacks required ability.
Yeah, they're not even being careful with their stuff. They're just... I think they just think we're chumps. I think we are chumps, to be honest. I have definitely been somewhat chump-like in this playthrough, which is sad. Because in some ways we weren't doing so bad. Let us build a sub-singularity battleship. Yep. You in here, food. Oh no, wrong place. Okay, where do we take this thing? Does Bethany have an artifact?
This node is already linked to an artifact.
Okay, yes it does.
Node is already linked to an artifact.
Thank you for saying that twice. That helps. Holy Cross, how about you? Wondrous discoveries.
The first living thing to go through the device was a small white rat. I still have him, in fact. As you can see, the damage was not so great as they say. Academician Prokhor Zakharov. See how they run.
That's a grim title. Of course, in our playthrough, he didn't live to see this day, or didn't survive to be free, I guess. This is the technology of matter transmission. This allows us to build the psi gate and make the bulk matter transmitter. It contributes to the study of temporal mechanics and allows us to build the blink displacer and increases mineral production in fungus squares. So pretty amazing. Yep. You know, it makes you wonder if that's the same white rat or whether he's just faking. And of course, yeah, you put a rat, you put inanimate things through the device first, and then if that works, then finally you make something like a lab rat. That's what he did. Matter editation and the secrets of Alpha Centauri point the way to one of the most celebrated concepts in science fiction, matter transmission. Transmitters based on this technology disassemble objects into the smallest component subparticles, then transmit those particles and their underlying structural blueprints to the receiver. The receiver reassembles those objects according to the blueprint, recreating the original in every nuance and detail. Of course, this is the, like in Star Trek, teleporters that beam me down and beam me up, Scotty, etc. The question is, it breaks it down into the smallest component subparticles and transmits those particles and their underlying structural blueprint to the receiver. The receiver reassembles the objects according to the blueprint. But is that new thing that's there, is that still you, or is that the same person, or is it something very identical to it? Like formally, structurally the same, but not the same thing. I mean, getting broken into your tiniest component subparticles, wouldn't that kill you? And it transmits those particles. Could it not remake infinite numbers of, any number of numbers of you just by means of taking the same sorts of particles and constructing them according to the same underlying structural blueprint? I don't know. I mean, Yeah, that's weird. Well, I know Leibniz says that it's impossible. You know, there's a theory, a thesis, or is it an axiom, or I don't remember. There's a rule called the identity of indiscernibles. That any two things that are absolutely identical in terms of physical, they're physically identical. Any two things that are absolutely indistinguishable are not actually two things, but rather are the same one thing. That you cannot have two different things, two or more different things, that are exactly the same, except that one is here and one's over there. I don't know. That basically the idea is that in the very, even space and location, everything, every little bit of you, I don't know, is unique in a certain sense, and that even where you are at time t1, let's say, is not just an accident extrinsic to you, but is reflected in every aspect of you. It's kind of like the Leibnizian idea that every part of the universe is perceived in a way by every other part of the universe, and every part of you is perceived in a way by every other part of you. I don't know. So it does make it wonder, could you reproduce you over and over again? So maybe, and Leibniz would say no, I think. And so maybe the people with the matter transmitters would say no, you couldn't remake the same person over and over again, because those subparticles, even though they're, you know, components, the smallest component subparticles, they still have some sort of uniqueness to them. That group of particles that was taken from you is still somehow uniquely your particles, and other particles wouldn't have a certain base level amount of formal structure. I don't know. Interesting. Alright, what do we get? Singularity chopper. I don't know what that's supposed to be doing. Is there anything here? The blink bypass base defenses. Wow. That's right. Alright, we'll just go. Blink singularity battery. Wow. Okay, new room. That is fine. Well, good. A side gate. Let's build a side gate. Alright. Okay. Let's hurry this up. No. Let's change this. This is terrible. They got ruined so badly. Our poor capital. What should we build first? Let's build the quantum converter. Yes. And hurry it up.
Request confirmation.
16 credits. That's the same price as a revolution, in a social revolution. Okay, xenofungus clear. Soil enricher. I'm always amazed when I talk to people how prevalent the idea that the world is overpopulated is, and that, you know, there's just too many people, and that's the problem, as I'll tell you. I'm like, oh my goodness, why is this what we think? It's like there's no confidence in the capacity of science and technology and cooperation to do anything better. No, it's just, you know, we're overpopulated and there needs to be less people. I don't know. Severe haze. Come on, you guys need to do a better job supporting me. Oh no, they got the singularity inductor in the hive. Well, that's terrible. I think we're gonna lose.
Production complete.
New Jerusalem built a quantum converter. Very good. And let's research temporal mechanics. Manipulate time itself. Alright, well, let's just build a recreation commons. And hurry it up.
Request confirmation.
Yes.
Production complete.
Well, that's...
Time travel, in the classic
we
sense,
have
has
it.
no place in rational theory. But temporal distortion does exist on the quantum level, and more importantly, it can be controlled. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
Alright, so, temporal mechanics. This allows us to contributes to the study of the threshold of transcendence, which is, if we're going for a transcendence victory, which might be the only victory we have possible left to us, maybe. But anyways, stasis generator, I don't know entirely what that is, to be honest. I think it must be armor, maybe? I don't know. And then, miscellaneous increases energy production in fungus squares. So, Prokhor Zakharov says, time travel in the classic sense has no place in rational theory, but temporal distortion does exist on the quantum level, and more importantly, it can be controlled. So, he's saying that temporal distortions on the quantum level, I don't know that much about quantum physics and quantum mechanics, so I'm not going to pretend like I know a lot. I don't. But, you know, the rules of macro level time and space seem to be a little wonky on the quantum level. The smaller you get, it seems like, because a basic assumption of Newtonian physics was that basically the basic laws of physics would remain the same no matter how big you got or how small you got. That just because you got smaller and smaller and smaller, indefinitely so, or larger and larger, or indefinitely so, you wouldn't have any differences in the basic laws or the basic ways things work. But if I understand it correctly, quantum physics suggests that actually, well, I mean, maybe there's an overarching interpretation, a synthetic view that would harmonize the laws of physics once again. Maybe that's the work for a new Newton, you know? Because that's what Newton did. He synthesized all these different discoveries that were being done, arrived at in the early modern period. Other physicists and mathematicians. But yeah, so temporal distortions exist on the quantum level that space-time can be disturbed in. Is that like, you know, a thing can be here and there? Or I heard of things where the theory goes that if you get the two things to be sort of linked, quantumly linked, I don't know if that even is anything real, that if you affect one here, it affects the one over there at the same time. I don't know. Is that a distortion of the quantum level? I don't know. But anyways, and with the idea that we can eventually control this temporal distortion and make all sorts of weird problems or weird things come to light for our use. Of course, he says time travel in the classic sense has no place in rational theory. That's because that's like, you know, kind of like, you know, going back in time, all that sort of thing, or traveling, you know, time machine. That's all nonsense. You know, was it Back to the Future? Utter nonsense. Very good movies, but utter nonsense. There's no going back in time. I'm going to travel in time machine and visit. There's no no temporal paradoxes like that. You don't need to worry about the paradoxes because it's impossible in the first place. You just don't. It's basically what our general idea, the classic sense of time travel, is the evidence that the imagination can outstrip or can think of things that the rational intellect has no support for. And so, completely ludicrous. In fact, time travel itself is probably just it's a contradiction in terms. If you understood what time is and what you meant by travel, and the idea that a machine could somehow let you do that is just so silly. It's really kind of 20th century, you know, 20th century silliness. No, we have a new machine, and this one's going to let us go in through time. Give me a break. But fun. Alright, let's look at this. Breakthroughs in eudaimonia and matter transmission lead to the last great discovery of the physical universe, temporal mechanics, the manipulation of time itself. Huh. Let's see what we got now. Ah, yes, these are even more powerful shielded. Yep. Singularity squads. Alright. Wow. Very, very powerful. Threshold of Transcendence. The brink of a new epoch. Ascent to Transcendence is... oh boy. St. Mary Magdalene. Let's build what? Let's build a side gate. Yes. Let's hurry up.
Request confirmation.
Yes.
Production complete.
Greenhouse gate builds an aerospace complex. Greenhouse gate builds an aerospace complex. Let's see, what should we do then? Let's build a habitation dome.
Maximum population reached.
Gagarin Memorial builds a command center. Very good, Gagarin Memorial. Now let's have you build what? Let's build a bioenhancements. No, let's build a habitation dome.
Resource shortfall.
Yep, and you guys are up a creek,
New
I'm
orders
afraid.
needed.
Oh, they're building that as well. Darn it. Let us build what? The bulk matter transmitter, yes.
Project initiated.
What happens if I hurry this up? Oh, wow, yes, totally.
Production
We're gonna totally
complete.
get that Academy Park. What's wrong? I'll tell you what's wrong there.
Request
Not doing
confirmation. Resource shortfall.
I'm trying to help you, but penitent retreat, yes. Good. They got that mining platform. Very good. That should help us. Let's see, I don't want to go too close to those darn hive places. Let's build rolling and rainy, let's build a farm. 'Cause we're going to the farm! Double R! Let's go right here and build soil enricher. What a useless place.
Terraform complete.
Okay, good job. Of course, those are outdated now, but you know, whatever. They're better than what they had. Let's build a bioenhancement center. Let's have you disband. And hold. And solar dealing. Shard invaders. Hold. No, not you. Hey. Ah! Didn't mean to have them hold. These jerks. Okay, ECM. Let's have some of these more worthless units disband. There we are. Okay, where are you? Darn it. I'm moving you out. Don't need you getting destroyed. Something to do. Train graviton lifter. Where are our ships? We have no ships coming in. Our ship has not come in. What I'm going to do, though, is go here and
Request
hurry up
confirmation.
clinical immortality. Yep. We're going to buy that. Alright, well, I did not get as much accomplished in this round as I would have liked, but, and Hive got that darn production build, you know, secret project they wanted that I didn't want them to get. I should have just bought it. The hive. This is where they have it, right here. This stinking place. Singularity dealie right there. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Look at this town. It's full of missiles. Oh, jeez. No wonder they... I don't know. Whatever. We're going to get 2 wonders next round, so maybe we'll catch up on them. We're still doing pretty well. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get them. Alright, well, thank you for joining me on this episode of my Let's Play of Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Here on my channel, Idle Wisdom. Take care, y'all.